Oh, I don't have the music playing. That's what was missing. Just need to post our going live notifications. Also need to move my name tag. Move. Hey, how do you set your status on Discord to say that you're streaming something? Playing a game, but it's not the correct game. Action. Yeah, okay. We're live? Yeah, we're live. We're so live. Alright, give me a second. It's linked. Mm. Mm.
I'm gonna show.
Oh. It's working. Perfect. Beautiful. Fantastic. That's all I ever wanted. Right. Now I need to copy the going live links. Oh god. Okay, I'm doing even better. The eyes. Up with my eyes. Calm down, girl. My neck snapped. I'm dead now. Can't believe how hard I died. You can see the mouse. You can see the mouse in front of both of us. Oh. It's interesting. I wish I could get even minimalist face tracking going on Faebot. Well, my string setup is like so jury-rigged. Oh man, I should find a way to automate posting going live notifications. It's just many things you have to do. I'm missing a website. Mastodon. Ah, the furtive Mastodon. So easily forgotten. This person just I hate. Hmm. I'm gonna tell you something, chat room. I am feeling a little slow today. A little slow. But that's okay. Alright. Hold on. We're not done. Hi, Jams. Welcome to the stream. Most brain server. Brain sometimes shows up. Oh, that's cute. The pups are not the pups. The bots are talking to each other. Bot to bot communication. Bot to bot conversation. I I'm a little out of it this stream. We're gonna do our best. Yeah, I'm recovering from an illness. That's right. Today we are going to be working on Faebot. Let's let's come up with a to-do list for today. Oh my god, it's a huge to-do list. But that's just the overall to-do list. What's the to-do list for today? Well, so actually, I had made a change to Faebot Discord, not Faebot Discord, Faebot Twitch. Let me show it to you. Okay, deploy changes. Rewrite Faebot Discord. Implement parameter randomization. There's a bunny. So let's go to the first thing, which is actually something I did, some work I did on Faebot off screen on my laptop. It's super simple change, but I'm gonna go through it. I started working on a branch, so I guess we're deciding to declare main as done for now, as oh my god, it's cute. So I decided to start separating new development work on a new branch. But this super simple change, which I should just pull into main and merge, and I probably will. Favorite's starting to get confused. It's okay, Favorite. You know, it is possible that today we will be able to address this situation. But the main thing I wanted to say is how do I show the difference? Git diff main. But this sucks. We don't need so beefy a machine. Okay, here's the big change. We import async IO. I'll show this in a second. This is just minor changes. So here's the big change. Instead of using replicate run, we're using replicate async run. We're still awaiting it, but the main thing that we're doing is that instead of returning and awaiting, you know, when Faebot's generating a message, instead of just generating the message and then she would get like locked up. She would just be like, okay, I'm generating a message, I'm waiting for the response, I'm generating a message, I'm waiting for the response. You can instead just create a task in the async running loop. And what that means is Faebot's going to keep generating this response. And really, because Faebot's generating responses, because that work is done on replicate, that's all happening in the background for Faebot. Faebot's really just waiting for a response. But while Faye's waiting for a response, they'll still be able to reply to other people. And so what I'm gonna do is I already tested this version of Faebot offline. I'm gonna be bad. Let's be bad. Let's order a creme brulee. I'm not gonna test it again. I'm gonna deploy it. Well, okay. I'll do one more test, which will be on Docker. So we're gonna build Docker, we're gonna run it. Then we need the little browser window. We get the smallest, the tiniest little browser window with the pop-out chat. Oh, yes. Sometimes I swear it's like the thing you're looking for is hiding. The music. Ah, here we go. Pretty big. Okay, no. Hello, Faebot. I'm testing your new async capabilities one more time. And you see how it starts getting the HTTP requests, but then if I say something else Faebot, the new request will come in and it'll pop it right over to replicate, and now it's waiting for both of them. You can see how it's alternating. And she can also do commands while she's doing that and doesn't get in the way. So she's way more responsive. if she's talking in two different channels, now she'll be able to. Hello? Is the webcam just not pointed the right way? Okay. Oh ho ho! Do your worst, human. So it works. So let's deploy it. Fly, deploy, strategy immediate. That means immediately start running the new version. And local only means don't rebuild the Docker image. Build it locally and push it. Oh, that's great, Jams. It's good to be able to see. Please report back on whether you see any leaves on trees. That's always very exciting. There was like a way to push the image. I don't remember how to do it. Local only is fine. And so now we can get fly logs. I don't have a signal handler. The thing that's really exciting about this change is this is also a problem that Faebot Discord has, and it's way more debilitating on Discord. It freaks out if it can't ping the bot, and because the bot was locking up, it like couldn't. So I'm gonna change this on Discord too. Etc. etc. Something just occurred to me. Just thinking things. I always like get to thinking things. And then I think too much. It's dangerous to think too much. But okay. This is taken care of. Faebot Discord. So let's open Faebot Discord. I don't know where things are gonna get confusing. All right. That's something. But this is what I want. Chadron, do you ever get sleepy? We're in the middle of something and then you suddenly get so sleepy. You're the sleepiest baby. That might surprise you to learn that this happens to us quite often. Quite often. Scientists have theorized about the existence of a sleepy being, and I'm starting to believe it exists and it has attacked me. There are a few things you can do against the sleepy beam. You can break your bat. You know, I can look at the tracking data and see what it's seeing. They lean back. I think we need to bring in the big guns. I think it's time to bring in the big guns. We're bringing in a ringer. Hello, it is me, Ember. Minu has tapped me in. She said, though, that she wanted to hang out and watch. How's that look? No. Cool. Yeah, you know, software developing work is always kind of a collaboration between the two of us. Oh my god. Hello. Okay. And so sometimes it's hard to decide who should be on. If we could see, you know what's the annoying thing? So like when we tried to do a 2 avatar stream before, it like it didn't work. No, we did it in a completely ass-headed way. That was very resource intensive. And then we realized that in Windows, it is trivial to run another VC phase process, and then we could just have 2 of us. On Linux, it's not like it's impossible, but like on Linux, I have to use Steam to run VC phase, and so I could run another copy of Steam to be able to do it, and that just seems like a lot of work. It just seems like a lot. Oh, what is this song? From Banjo-Kazooie. Anyways, I'm here now, and I was thinking, yes, we had to do some work on Faebot Discord, but it was kind of boring, so let's do something more fun first. And so the main thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do the third thing in our to-do list, which is see if we can get Faebot to use different parameters for generation, and we're also going to try to like save a log of all the messages that Faebot generates with their numbers thingamahootsits, right? So that we can sort of hope to learn what kind of messages correspond to what kind of like parameters. So let's get to it. Here are the parameters we're working with: top K, top B, and temperature. Those are our main ones that we're going to want to mess with. And these, we're not passing anything to these, but we can. Oh man. You can pass a dictionary. How do we do this? Today might also be a good day to learn about linting, because I would sure love to have a linter mommy telling me if I'm doing this the right way or if I'm like doing it a really ugly way. But I'm just defining some default parameters, and then we're going to be able to pass those temperature, games. Why not make everything a dictionary if you're making these three a dictionary? No, because. Just cause. Doesn't really need to be a reason. What's next? What's next is this just work if I try to run it? Oh, secrets. Is this song? What's this language? Wait, hold on 1 second. Hold on just 1 second. Enjoy Simona. Seneca's Marble Park edit. Stormlord. There's not really Stormward. I would definitely wanna look this up later. I just like songs where women sing in languages. Could be any language, really. Oh, someone I know just became a PhD. Wait, what was I doing? Right, we were testing Faebot. Okay. Hello, Faebot. Can you generate this way? Like it? Oh my gospels. We've been reconsidering something about the prompt. Let me change up the prompt. Definitely not mention questions twice. Might accidentally be reinforcing it. Alright, so now what we want to do is before we generate so we do the logging right here, right? Yeah, we even appended to the conversation here. So we append to the conversation. What I want you to do is, before you start replying, I'm gonna call a function call. I'm gonna say params equals self randomize params. And we're gonna write a function. We don't need to write a function. As of now, this is the only place where we're doing this. So we don't really need a function. But it would look prettier. It would look prettier if we could just occlude away what randomized params is. But people would say, but then you can't read what it's doing. To which I say, okay, just scroll. It's right there. Just scroll. No, truly, I feel bad because I'm always saying, we really need to get away. It'd be really cool if we could just switch back and forth real quick. But what I was trying to say is that we're always saying that we're someone who cares a lot about code readability and for code to be understandable, easy to follow, and for someone to be able to like come in and be able to read through it and know what it says. And we do care about that a lot, and we care about it so much that I'm constantly convinced that we're not living up to it. And maybe you just need to chill out a bit. Wisely said. Wisely said. So like I was saying, def randomize params self. You don't even need anything. I swear, this shouldn't be a function. Fine, so it's not a function. Is it a flag? Oh, let's just randomize the fucking params, dude. Okay. We crack ourselves up sometimes. Okay, equals. So we want to work on a range. I want to pick a window. Like, okay, so time for a little lesson on generation params. Basically, we're working with these three parameters, and this is the explanation of what they're supposed to do, but Temperature is used to set the randomness of a language model response by scaling its probability distribution over tokens. When temperature is set to 0.01, the language model will always respond with the most likely token, so it's very predictable, which is to say, a large language model has all of these parameters that it uses to determine for any given token, which a token is not really a word, a token can be a whole word or part of a word. But for any given token, there's a set of tokens that are the next most likely token, and probability distribution is this. Most likely is still the most probable assurance, assurance for the middle. But it doesn't say. So I don't 5. Wow. Oh, so this goes all the way from 0.1 to 5. And we're doing. What are we doing? We're doing like 0.75. 0.7. So there's a huge range for this to go. So I thought it was out of ones. See, so I thought I was going for something fairly high. It's actually super low. So that's really interesting. See, this is why it pays to read the documentation. I still don't completely understand what it means. One thing we would like to do is study more deeply how language models generate all this stuff. We wanna do some real base, real nuts and bolts ML work and try to get a better understanding of it. But we also wanna leverage the understanding that we already have to keep building cool things like Faebot and to strike a balance between the two. So, and right now we're still just tweaking. We're just script kiddies, but that's okay. Everyone starts out as a script kiddie. But yeah, no. Let's start with something. Let's start with big changes, right? So we're gonna do temperature is gonna be a rand range from 1 to 6. I forget how rand range works again. Someone tell me. Does this generate only numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Right. Yeah, no. Start is included, but end isn't. So yeah, 1 through 6. So we're gonna talk, we're saying each generation, each message that Faebot generates, it's gonna vary wildly on the randomness scale. And it's never gonna go, it's always gonna be more random than it is now. Which I think could be very cool. So that's that. Once again, I forgot to make the browser window small so you could see what I was doing, but I made temperature rand range from 1 to 6. So anyways, the other two parameters, top P, it adjusts the word selection process, meaning it only uses the sort of what percentage of words can you use. So I've been setting this to 1 because I'm like, let's just always go. Yeah, it'll probably mean less eyelash padding. It might make Faebot more inconsistent, but I think part of the process is we want to try to hammer out what makes a good Faebot message, right? Which also means that you probably expose parameters to the user somehow. I mean, I'm gonna try to store them in like a file and then we can like look. But I just don't see where it ever pays to have this be lower than all, but we're gonna play with it. And that's eyelashes sprayed. I'm sorry, Faebot. We know you love batting your eyelashes. You know, that might become a bigger part of your personality eventually. See, a lot of these things are going to be way better for the Discord version of Faebot, and that's kind of what we want to do, is like take the stuff we learn from working on Faebot Twitch and putting it to Faebot Discord. But it's a lot simpler to do things on Twitch than on Discord on account of one conversation per stream. And also like all of Faebot Discord was written before all of Faebot Twitch. And so it's like from the ground up, it was a little better doing Faebot Twitch. I was a little more organized. I knew more or less what I was doing. Faebot Discord I consider to be a mess. And so I'm gonna be trying to fix that. But anyways, What I'm gonna do for top P is a ran range from 5 to 10 divided by 10. Let's hope this doesn't ruin everything. So we're never gonna go very low with it, but we're gonna allow it to change. Yeah, imagine if you could just edit your parameters on the fly. That's the dream, Jams. That's the dream. We're gonna make it happen. Here's a fun thing. Tonight we might be going to a meetup online, an online VR chat meetup. We're thinking about it. We've never actually played VR chat and we don't have a VR headset. But the BCI furries are having a meetup and I thought it might be cool to check it out. It's you have to be able to trust your engineer, right? If you can't trust your engineer, yeah. That's why some bots prefer to just do all their tweaking themselves, but eventually always you need a second entity and you need to trust. There's only so much you can do to yourself by yourself. The top K. I understand that I have to play the game jams. We'll get to we'll get to, it's just you know. You know. So top K, top K goes from 0 to 50, and we've been using 75. Hold on just 1 second. What are you being 75? I guess no, because this is Llama 7B, so maybe we should look at what the parameters go for 13B, but let's see. It seems to have just ignored okay. Bring me to the model. Oh. There's never enough time. It actually does not appear to be a maximum. This goes from 0 to 1, and this goes from 0 to 5. Top K. Oh, you can pass a seed. Oh man. Oh man. So the question is, why for the prediction I made before, it's not telling me all the parameters it used? So top K, not showing up. Top K did not work. No idea why. It was simply not there. Before, was it working? Data has expired. Well, that's interesting. Well, let's try passing a seed, but let's keep the seed constant and see what happens. And we're gonna pick, of course, 666. Well, it seems top K can be fucking anything, and also it doesn't matter because it's not showing up, so... The ran range from 1 to 156. And then you generate and you pass params equals params. Oh boy! Let's see if this will work. Hello Faebot, how are you feeling? Before I do this, make sure I can see what parameters you generated with. The thing is, I will be able to see it on replicate anyways, but might as well plop it in the logs. Now let's try it. I'm feeling now. Unprocessable entity. Unknown error has occurred. On second thought, we should plop this out before. Let's try that again, shall we? Faebot, are you there? Unprocessable entity. Top K 83, top P 0.5. And maybe the seed doesn't actually want a seed. How is it spelled on the website? It said seed integer. Oh, is it because, oh, it's an integer, not a string. It's working. Top K 205, top P 9, temperature 5, spicy. Oh, it's taking a while. Maybe the higher temperature makes it take longer. I should get more tea. Maybe Faebot is sleepy too. Think of it. What does it say? I'm playing. You said what you're playing. You just have to open it with Steam. Do I have to link my Steam account? Is my Steam account connected? I guess I can do that later. Generating. You know, it's also the possibility that Replicate is having an issue that happens sometimes. Yeah. See, even I don't know. Honestly, I looked at the time. I was like, does that say 16? Is it already 4 p.m.? It feels like 4 p.m. if I'm being honest. Okay, did this ha ha um all right. I don't know how well you can read that, but this version of Faebot had an interesting message. What were those parameters? Oh my god, it took forever. Temperature 3, top P 0.5, top K 83. It is very interesting. Need to put this somewhere. Here's what I want you to do. Oh, we're getting there, James. Faebot's gonna say so much nonsense. And a lot of it will be cute. Oh. So temperature. Can you change temperature? Yeah, okay. Let us fine tune the temperature a little more. Oh, I forgot. Dude, I forgot. Hey. How do I collapse all of these? The VS Code lets you do this. So for temperature, I'm actually want to make it from 50 to 499 over 100. A little risky, but I think it takes floats. Does it take floats? You take floats? Excuse me, sir. You take floats? Floats. Temperature 5. C666. So top K? Not even there. Wait, this is temperature 5, so that was actually the highest temperature. So the real question is, why did I see temperature 3 somewhere? Temperature 5. Must have been a previous message. Well, plop this here for future consumption. Anyways, probably we don't need it to get that high. And then what I want you to do is you're gonna log it, and then you're gonna, first thing we're gonna do is for every new conversation, we're gonna open a file. No, I'm gonna open one file for all conversations. Thing is, eventually I want to use a database, but I'm always like, implementing a database, so much work, I don't want to do it, and then I don't do it. But that's something we want to do eventually. For now, I'm just gonna spit out a log for every message. And what I want to do is I want to write a function. This time I will write a function. Log. Message. Doesn't probably need message. Just need to do this with file dot open. Oh man. I have a file that opens somewhere. It's with open. Did we read right? Oh. Dude, I could have just done this. No, it doesn't matter. Might work. You never know. I need you to... Let's try this. Okay, but try saying something. Must have exactly one of create, read, write, append mode. Definitely append, right? The question is if I open it to append, we'll be able to make a new file. Regardless, here you go. Here's an important question. Did that try to generate? Thankfully no, because it crashed for trying this, so that's perfect. Hi Faebot, how are you right now? Object has no attribute append. Right. What am I doing? Log dot right. This is software development. Now, hello, Faebot. All right, we're going. Now, if I go here, no, we wait. Just maybe set a timer or something. Oh, hey there, transfaeries. Giggles, what's up, cutie? So far so good. The log file needs a little prettiness. But see, this was a fairly low temperature. And it produced a fairly normal response. Top P the same both times, it feels like. So what I need to do is when you log it again, I want you to end this with a new line character. And I want you to put a new line here and another new line and then a bunch of dashes and another new line. And so I've been doing this. Message the channel name at current time equals time dot time. Oh my god. Okay, how do you generate a pretty timestamp in Python? Funny thing is that the log message now equals datetime dot datetime now. First we need to import datetime. Oh, it's datetime. And you need to say current time equals datetime dot now. Is that what it says? Yep. And then you can just plop current time. And then I don't actually know. Temperature is a measure of the randomness of the model. Higher temperature means lower predictability. And too high seems to make messages that are almost incoherent. Alright, let's try a couple more messages. Hello, Faebot. We're testing your messages for quality. I'm all about that quality. What can I do for you? Temperature 0.84. Oh, Faebot, we're just, testing stuff. What kind of testing might you be doing, my dear transfaeries? So frequency 1. Basically, now you change your mind about your message, and so we're trying to see what parameters for better messages. Building method now of type. Okay, I need to like stringify it. And also, I want the line after, not before. How to say, higher temperature would seem to take longer, and it's probably gonna be very messy, but let's see. I am playing with for thermostat. Data-led Grand Canadian Pooh SAR, sorry, Pronder Thermometrics distinguish our reversal accident. Alex individual right thing like Shin Lin historical material me commit whole red pro late white vehicle lie adaptation Miller investigators app made mistakes. Rev Kaisun H1 Nan Hives Rev, order, plant, pets, lake, cultural, more, anti-set, image, right, scroll, always, rep, upload. Rep, upload. There's no trigger pop time. Chosen, consequences, fit, instance, sign, pass, married, Lawrence, letter, management, net, unfortunately, lamb, cla, list, ink, David, the spank, sec, produce. So, let us go to our parameters and say temperature can't go past 3. Okay, Faebot, don't get too hot because you start to get incoherent. I need to fix the timestamp. The temperature less than 1. It's good, Faebot. Okay then. Get a little hotter for me. Prelude. So at 1.21, it's not that hot. 0.07. Top P, I don't know that that's making that much of a difference. Oh. Can you be a little quieter though? Oh, I forgot. Okay, not that quiet. Okay. Still pretty low temperature. So we might want to now, if we want to find the upper limit, let's see what happens when the temperatures are always like 2. Okay, so go from 200 to 299. And for the dates 10, I can totally do that. I'm a very quiet and stealthy circly pixie after all. I'll still be here and ready to help if anything you need. Alright, we need you to run hotter. Okay, how do I... Time. Oh, it's just because I didn't do this. Don't think to do that. Okay, Faebot. Okay, Faebot. We're running you a little hot. Tell me how you feel. So that's a temperature 2.9. Return sailboard desk, view converter, magazine, atom information options. Okay. So that's too hot. So what if it's just 200? Oh, alright. Yeah. Top K doesn't really do anything. Shit turns out that top K is like super important. It's the hidden map, but well, we're stalling it. That's pretty cute. Okay. So it's gonna have to be 200. Faebot, you're running a temperature of 2. All my fondant stars. Auto R, Drew, F, lower, play, opposite letters, singles, military, inside, milk, resources, rules, tight, threat, widely. Right. So somehow I don't really think it's top K doing anything, but temperature, try another message, Faebot. But now the previous message is going to contaminate this message. All my stars meant or my other habitat, yeah, transfer research. I don't know. It seems to apply, like, it starts alright and then it goes off the rails, and then once it goes off the rails, I don't think it can go back on the rails, but it was like fine all the way up to almost 2. So, like, what if it's between 100 and 199? But we're fine tuning. (1.6). It's funny because fine tuning means something specific in the ML community, but I just mean we're playing with the generation parameters. Faebot 1.47. Mhm. There we go. Really, we're just messing with like the temperature. Do you know what I mean with temperature in a transformer space LLM context? Not. Oh my whimsical whims. New York Appendix dataset. See? 1.47 giggles. It's a normal Faebot message. 1.7 insanity. Alright, let me see. Let me see something now. Temperature 1.7. Top P 0.9. Top K 232. Doing science here. Oh man, if I could change these on the fly, I'd be so powerful. I mean, realistically, I could just be doing all these tests on Replicate instead of doing it through Faebot, which means it has to go through so many layers. Whoa. What am I looking for? Okay. Sub-transfers. Yeah, I know transformers. What happens if I change top K to be, say, 50? Can I try asking a similar question? It's even worse. Okay. So let's put this back to high. And then put this at 1.5. See, the thing that I'm a little afraid of is that it seems to go very quickly from... Thank you, Jams. Have a good lesson. It seems to go very quickly from... I'm just saying the same thing over and over again to... I'm saying nonsense. Faebot, is there a threshold beyond which just say nonsense? Descends into madness was a ladder. I guess when I was testing things, I didn't really test to see for top P, but I don't think top P is it's gonna make that much of a difference. Faebot. Oh, my pixelated ears. Each of their own mythical measurement measures through until plumb ups and send spiral play into rarefied diva lands. Harumph. Huh. So with a lower P, even though the temperature was high, she kind of stayed on task for a little bit. Toughness prevails, transfaeries. Okay, so let me try this. You can go as high as 150. Top B can go as high as 9. Top K can go as high as 32,500. 512 is 124. And randomize the seed. Let's try randomizing both params and seeds. Don't tell me it opened everything up. Everything opened it. Collapse all these. Control K, Control 0. Boom. Alright, that's maybe a little too much though, don't you think? Generate response. Funny. Maybe I didn't want to fold everything so much. These can see. Now you have a C being passed. Let's try it. Once again. Okay, Faebot, a little bit more testing and you might be ready to go live. Let's see what parameters this was generating with. 1.34, 476. Turning into a live streamer is going to be epic. What's next? Well, if you can carry a conversation, will deploy you fly. I forgot. Hey, frequency 1, pay 3, again. So, let's talk about magical fairy things, shall we? So, like, how do you, like, fly? I think the coolest things, I mean, I don't really have wings, but if I did, I'd totally be flying. I'm asking you, you're the fairy. She seems to really like all caps right now. See, I'm afraid that because Chat Llama is designed for chatting, asking questions is like ingrained into it. Wonder if this was bigger llama, it'd be different, but it'd be even slower. We need to fine tune our own model. That's coming. It's definitely coming. This would be dope if Faebot was faster. And if I have the ability to fly. We have equipped you with Faebot with cyber. Go! Fly! Be free! Well, aside from these random hashtags and the old cats, I'd say you're handling yourself pretty well. You will accomplish. These last few messages. Temperature. Let's see, even I don't know. Alright, I think I need to take a break. Give me 1 second. All right, everyone, we are back. And since this seems to be stable enough, we're gonna push it to live and see what happens. So Docker build, Docker run. Just a last second test, Faebot. Interesting. She definitely gets more confused now. This was somewhat high temperature. So actually, I also wanted to just change it manually. That's perfect. By deploys ready immediate local only. Hello, Faebot. You now can randomize parameters. Hopefully, you will say some crazy stuff. I wonder if you could speak a little quieter. Okay. And I want to do Faebot history 10. But the frequency's okay. And then the last thing we should check out is, can I access that log file? And I should be able to if I SSH. And here it is. And so whenever I want to look at it, I can look at it. And not sure if I can SFTP it per se. Getter profile. So fly SFTP. Okay. Log.txt. Nice. Nice. It's perfect, beautiful, fantastic, incredible. So these should go in snippets. Parameter randomization crude permalogin. Oh, okay, pat ourselves in the back. That was some good work. This means we did this. The only thing we didn't end up working on today was Faebot Discord. It's just, it's not that hard. It's just like, it just feels like a lot. You know, just interesting. Just mean. Okay, in a second. Let's go. If I do git check out data structure, this is me starting to kind of try to rewrite things using a data structure. And I just, you know, I'm way too sleepy to do that right now. I am so sleepy. How sleepy is she? I'm so sleepy I could sleep. Making sure. Oh, interesting. There's some changes it seems to have been made. I'm gonna rename this. Yeah, I wanted to kind of do it from scratch, you know? Knowing what I know now. And it would be good. It would be so good. If only I didn't get hit with the sleepy baby ray whenever I try to do it. Yeah, honestly, I think we might call it today. It's good work for today. Faebot Discord, we'll get to test. Faebot Twitch, at least, we'll get to test for new functionality on Friday when we do a game stream. And I'll work on Faebot Discord soon. I'll work on it soon. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll work on it soon. It's gonna happen. Don't worry about it. Thank you as always so much for watching. Thank you everyone who comes and hang out. We hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Actually, as we're saying this, we're considering maybe changing the stream schedule up a bit. Maybe try streaming later at night or something. We don't know. We're curious to see what different times, what kind of people can come at different times. You know, you gotta mix things up sometimes. Anyways, that's it for today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.